we like to talk and think about housing not just as a single project or a single solution, but start thinking about it and talking about it as an ecosystem that needs to be intentionally designed community-wide. Because if we don't start thinking and talking about it as a community-wide ecosystem, the market will continue to design it for us. That has not served communities, particularly communities of color and vulnerable communities, in a way that has been beneficial. So we need to start and continue to talk about housing in a way that is larger and systemic. So when we talk about housing development and innovation, what we're really talking about is how we build systems that are financially viable, community-centered, and sustainable over the long term. One of the biggest areas that we're pushing forward is mixed-use development, and developments that are supported by new and creative financial stacks. And what that means in practice is that we know now that no one funding source is going to help us solve the problem of affordable housing. We need to be able to layer low-income housing tax credits, public funding sources like CDBG and home funds, city, county, state, federal dollars all together, private capital, philanthropic investments, our faith-based partners, and increasingly institutional and healthcare partnerships that are strategic, non-traditional housing partners. When we can pair that with mixed-use housing, whether that's incorporating retail and services or community spaces into our housing, we're not just building housing, but we're creating spaces where people can live, where they can access resources, and where they can stay connected to their opportunities, to each other, to their service providers, all together in their spaces. Housing, again, cannot just exist in isolation. We've built out AnchorWorks, which is our workforce development and social enterprise initiative, as we integrate supportive services directly into our housing model, because housing stability is tied to, as we know, income stability, health outcomes for people, and access to services. AnchorWorks includes case management services, housing supports, workforce training, long-term educational opportunities. And if we don't address these things together, we're only solving the part of the problem that accesses people to housing, but doesn't help them access other pieces of their life that makes them stable and successful. The innovation in housing is not just about new ideas, but it's about our willingness as a community, as community leaders, as elected officials, to align our values, our capital, and our community properties in a way that produces positive outcomes for our community members. And what we're focused on every day is not just building housing, but building systems that allow stronger people and thriving communities.